Hey guys, girls. It's a pretty boring good evening and hi anyone. Hi all. Yeah, hi anyone. Um Hi Tom, hi Mark. Machine NZ, g'day. Here we are, we're a minute in and I've actually said nothing. That's cool. Um I think I'm back, am I? Am I here? Anyway, not much happened this weekend. I had 4 days of pretty frantic work actually. I feel like I've worked pretty hard, but I don't know if I've got anything really exciting to share. Did get this flywheel finished, which is the Stewart 400 flywheel, which is a little bit nice. Hey Adam. Hi, hi John. So that's kind of all I have done. We're down about 1.7 kilo or something from the original. Run them. Wishes to spare. Give you some sort of an idea. You can't sort of hardly see it behind it. But it's a nice little flywheel now, and it looks like it's going to fit the engine. It's going to fit the engine. Hi David. Hey Warren. Hey Duncan. And Curly, g'day. Tempting fate. We have two bits of this sort of cast. Gives you some sort of idea of the proportions of it. It's a fairly big. We'll run this over the chuck key to stop it running away. This bench seems to drop down on the front. I might have to do something about that. To give you some sort of an idea, it is a fairly big engine, so that's going to be fun. Haven't made a lot of progress on this otherwise. I was going to have cores made ready to go to the foundry next weekend. It's been raining. We got, since last week, probably 150 millimeters of rain, something like that, so pretty wet. We there? Someone say that they're there. Okay. Not sure what's happening there. Don't know why it's done that. It's a bit strange. Thanks, Tommy. And Raymond, g'day. So that's coming along nicely, but there's a lot of work in it. I've done this week. I don't know if anyone's really interested in this, but give you some sort of idea. This is huge. Same micrometer up here, give you some sort of idea how big it is. Somehow I've got to get it to the States, whether it goes excess, like oversized in my luggage, which is probably all right. It's on Dibond, which is aluminium and plastic composite, so it should travel fairly well. If I can post it beforehand, I probably will, but that's going with me to America. It's still got to have text around it, and whether I actually go for like a gold leaf on it or whether I actually just do it in orange, I'm not sure yet. Part of me thinks it'd be prudent to do it in orange, but a variegated copper gold leaf, something like that, would look really smashing on it. So we'll see. Hey, Stephen. So that's what I've done this weekend, basically. Started out with the blue background and a brown border that I did a few weeks back. And there's a bit of work in that. So really pleased with it so far. Hopefully the lettering doesn't disappoint me either. Still got to double coat the orange stripe around the outside. The outside one's a bit thin. And mark it out and try and put some letters on it. I'm not sure even how I'm going to go about that. I think it says When Hell Freezes Over and Barzy Summer Bash 2019 on top. I haven't even looked. Haven't looked. So that's what I've done this weekend, basically, and it's good to have that part of it out of the way because it was scaring me a bit, to be honest. So gonna move in a bit and down a bit. There we go. So what else? Marcel's workshop gave me a hand. Marcel Herbert gave me a hand to make this. Now, programmable logic electronics is not something I'm very good at, even a little bit. And this took about 5 goes for me to get so that it actually works. But I'm very impressed that it does work. In between ordering the wrong components and then soldering them up wrong and programming them wrong and then blowing one up and starting again, etc, etc, etc. This is what I've got. Marcel's got a video about that. Marcel's workshop, if you go and have a look, it's got a pretty good video about it. And I haven't got it up here on the wall yet because I don't have a long enough cord. I don't have it wired in, and I wanted to make a shelf for some trophies and things, which is pretty cool, and put this in the bottom of it maybe so that we've got some sort of an indication of a live subscriber count. Takes a minute to refresh. So that's something else I'm working on. I've just been sort of drawing up a shelf. I'll be fold up a piece of aluminium into a shelf and mount this in it. I'm not sure yet. It's still showing 0. Hopefully it logs on with me live streaming at the same time. There we go. 4350, which is current subscriber count. Any of you that are watching that aren't subscribers, if you click that button now, it should click over. It's more or less, it's a something. I don't know if it's exact. It's Arduino operating system. It's programmable through the Arduino thing. I'm sure you're all subscribed, but if you're not, click the button and that should tick over, which is pretty cool. Take care, Duncan. Now that's the tricky bit. This connects through Wi-Fi. Basically, it connects to my modem. Here we go. We've gone down one. It's excellent. It's a soul destroying thing. Don't make one. It's actually pretty cool, but don't sit there and watch it because it goes down more often than it goes up. I'm not sure how that works. Hey, Cam. So, yeah, it's Arduino based, and it picks up the sum key off YouTube and gives us a live count. Well, you can test it if you like. It is pretty cool, but it needs a proper shelf to go in, and it needs wiring in so that it can just flick a switch and switch it on and off. And yeah, there we go. We're up one, back where we were. So it's pretty good fun, and it's gone up. What? 250, 300 subscribers since I made it, which is fun, but it seems to go down as often as it goes up. So it's a bit of fun. But yeah, I'm going to have that on the wall over here. I think it might be a cool idea. And it can drive everyone else crazy as much as it drives me crazy, which it shouldn't, but there we go. That's something I've made, and I'm kind of impressed that I got it working, but to be honest, not my thing, not my technology. Give me a paintbrush or a hand-painted shape, a hand-operated shape, or a horizontal mill, or a lathe. I can handle that. I did manage to program the PLC for the oven a couple of times, so I'm feeling pretty accomplished about that too. But not about to buy a CNC mill or a decent 3D printer for that matter. So there we go. Yeah, watch it. Yeah, valve bounce. When are we going to see the power feed on the horizontal mill? That's an excellent question. I have all the bits. Probably need time. The mill gets a fair bit of work, and I think it's going to have a motor and VFD to reverse it before anything else. The motor and the VFD are sitting here on the bench. They just need wiring up. Then some swarf guards and a light. And the indicator mount for the Z-axis. There's 1,000 things to do on the mill, but I'm not going to jump off that bridge until I've got the lathe somewhere near. So probably the screw and nuts for the lathe are in my PO box tomorrow. We'll have a look and see. Hey, Gary. And Mark, I'm sort of feeling like that too. I've got enough problems with, well, I haven't even got DRO, but I struggle with social media without making life complicated by having a lot of invisible pixies running around the workshop that I can't control. Hey, Chris. So that's kind of where we're at. I've got one of those. Haven't had any progress on these. Chirpy's not in. He put up a really cool cool blacksmith style video this morning or today. Dry run with the casting should happen when the rain stops. We've had 150 millimeters this week, which is 6 inches roughly, and I'm a bit over that. So wasn't going to the foundry, wasn't going anywhere this weekend. Everything's dried out a bit, and I've actually got some laundry dry today, which is great. But realistically, the foundry visits still on 33.50. That's right. It'll drive you crazy, Curly. Don't watch it. It's one of those things. Is don't watch it. You'll end up in the lunatic asylum. Already crazy. Yeah, it's a subs tracker, live tracker. It's going up here on the wall. I'll make a little shelf to sit a couple of trophies and some interesting cool stuff on, and probably put this in the base of it so that I've got it right here in my face so I can actually go mad. Not sure about white for this as a colour. I don't think it's a particularly practical colour for a gas engine. It's really nice, and the gloss white on it is probably easy to keep clean. I'm thinking chocolate brown or sort of a moss green, a dark moss green. I'm not sure yet. Chocolate brown with red and white stripe or something like that, or chocolate brown with a white stripe, something like that might be really nice, but there's a long way down the track. So what's next with this? Next thing really is to get a trial run for the castings. Everything's complete. I've got to make some cores that didn't get done today. I had every intention of getting it done. I did chores instead. Probably I need to cut some gears and make a crankshaft and a conrod. A few things that need to be done. Little jobs that can be done. Apple green curly might be really nice too. We could gold leaf it, yeah. Don't know what I'm going to do with this sign. Speaking of gold leaf, there's a row of text around the bottom. Hold this here. It says when hell freezes over, and then Barzy Summer Bash 2019 on top. Don't know whether I'm probably going to gold leaf that or just paint it orange yet. We'll see. Stuart green, yeah. I'm sick of green engines. Everything's green. Why do people paint their engines green? There's this thing, whatever colour you paint it, if you do a nice job of painting it and a nice job of finishing it, it's going to look good purple, you know. It's really not going to look too shabby. So think out the box. If you're painting engines, don't paint them green. It's boring. Thanks for noticing that, John. It doesn't really. Her knees are here. One knee's here and one knee's here. And you've got that gap. This is 4:1, right, basically. So the gap there is about, what have we got, 11, 12 millimeters. So that's 48. Distance from there to there. Yeah, it's more than 48, but it'll do. Won't hurt to be a little bit more skimpy. Hey John, if you got an issue with it, come and fix it. I'm over it. I've had enough. That's all I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't know. The next machine I restore is going to be purple, I think. Don't know. Hey, JB. So there we go. That's what I've done this weekend. And not very much of that. Hope you get inspired enough, Cam. I hope you get inspired enough to make a new conrod for your machine. That was really a bit rough, moving the tool the wrong way. JB's cleaning and putting back together another mill. Just shake my head sadly. What else? Chris at Old Iron Shops is fixing his South Bend. We need a video on that, Chris. I'm not sure about the concrete, but we'll take your word for it. Ah, it's an Atlas, not a South Bend. Sorry, Chris. But we do need a video. You see, if we had a video, we'd know that. There's one half film. That's excellent. What else? Toolmaking competition. There's a competition announced last week. I guess you all saw the video. If you didn't, you should go and watch it. That's a slippery slope from Sheen NZ. That's a slippery slope. There's too much this old Tony does that to you, though. Yeah, there's a competition announced. I've had an email from a viewer, a friend really nowadays, who doesn't wish to be named, who's offered some, say, a supplement to the prize package, which is really nice. And I've said no to just about everyone who's offered this. I had this conversation 4 or 5 times this week. This one, I didn't say no to, and it's a very nice thing for this gentleman to do. And I'm not going to mention his name. He'll be listening to this and he'll know who it is. When it arrives, I'll get some pictures because it's been sent directly to America. And we'll talk about how we're going to incorporate that into the scheme of things. So if you're watching Stephen, you are, I think, I might have a talk to you before then. But that's another really good reason to enter the competition. I've been a little bit careful to select stuff that people who make woodworking tools and people who make metalworking tools and people who make blacksmithing tools, that sort of thing, would use. So precision machines sometimes aren't always the best, but I have picked something out. And I believe it's on its way. And a huge, huge, huge thanks to this gentleman who I'm not going to call out. So there we go. It's a bit of a mystery, but it's going to be pretty cool. So there's been no entries yet. I haven't seen any actual entries. Haven't checked my email either, but I think I've got notifications set so that it does come through if I do get one. So not sure whether there's going to be an extra set of videos on competition updates because they get a bit boring and they're hard work. But I might just keep it to Wednesday night live stream for updates. I'm not sure about that yet. We'll see how we can work it in. Anyway, as time comes. Anyway, we're half hour down and I haven't really said anything and I haven't really done anything. Really appreciate you all kicking in and watching. This still says 43.50. Yeah, I like to update videos too for a couple of reasons. One reason is that you can put a bit of a screenshot and a bit more information about stuff in it, whereas that isn't really an option for live stream. It probably is, but not when I'm here on my own. And not with my skill level. So I think, yeah, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how we go. But end of this week, we were our first week down, so I hope everyone's got good ideas. Thanks for that, Chris. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go to bed. Actually, I feel like I've done a fair bit of hard work this week. And tomorrow's a work day. And there will be an update. Hopefully I'll get some parts of this film, which means that that'll go on Patreon, and then we'll have a Kenny video to upload as well. I'm trying to keep pace so I don't get too far behind. And fingers crossed I'll get some more done on this and some of the other projects that we're working on. Yeah, the system sucks. 43.49. We're down one. Hey, Peter. We're down one so far. So I'm not sure that it works quite that quickly, but anyway, I think there's some dead time. It's fun though. Anyway, bedtime. Take care. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Be kind to each other, particularly to me. And more soon, guys and girls.